Hello, gamers. We're fucking getting into this. Ending on modded Warhammer how we started it. Or how I started it. This was my first ever campaign, and I think it shows. I have done this campaign 4 times. I've done it hard. I think I did this legendary difficulty. I think it's my one and only campaign. I've done like Iron Man mode and everything. I love this campaign. I'm really good at this campaign. I'm coming back to recording after a couple days off. I'm sick yet again. I took the days where I wasn't sick off just to, I ran my friend a shit ton of D&D. I had homework. It was the general shit. I made the dean's list. Is that? Nah, it's not too personal. I've been working real hard. I'm real proud of myself. I'm going to do this campaign probably about as quickly as I can, and we're going to voice over it pretty thoroughly. I want it to be a good video, especially since we're starting like our final ride next. We're going to do modded Warhammer for a while, probably half a year of modded Warhammer 2, and then after that, we're going to end with modded dwarves, and then we will chillax, I guess, is how I'd put it. We're going to go play some Battle Brothers, some Bannerlord, other games I love. And you know what? I think that's going to be perfect. Let's go head up to the settlement. We'll siege it. We're slightly injured from auto-resolving. Probably pretty stupid of me. But this campaign, I kind of know my limitations on it. I didn't end up loading a lot of saves. I think the only ones I did this was one solid recording session. I think I load saves 2 or 3 times just because of like absolutely abysmal, stupid shit. And they were only ever auto-resolve. So I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to move that guy. Let's go auto-resolve. We're going to go ahead and confederate. Now, I don't always do this. I've had pretty good campaigns where you don't confederate this guy at all. Where you're just like, what is it? So it's like 3 are confederation and then 1 isn't, if I remember. It's a pretty good fight. What are we losing here? We're losing an old grumbler. Or like yeah. It's not horrible. And it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. Long term, we're going to get that back. And we're going to go for hammers or old grumblers and crossbowmen for our legendary lord. He is kind of not a classic things. He's like a grudge thrower, bolt thrower, crossbowman, and then, classic warriors. Because that's kind of, he's like old reliable, I guess. That's what I really love about him. Like, every other one has a gimmick. One is slayers, one is like hammers, oathsworn, like really good heavy infantry, Karak. And then there's, or Karak Peaks. Then there's, engineer, the white dwarf. Let's get this guy runed up. I always love to get my master runes. I'm going to keep on my main, legendary lord the entire time. That is my combo right there. I think I did it in my other dwarf playthroughs. It is just probably the best combo I could think of or get in the moment. And they do just convert him into a unit. We got a lot of ambush battles over on our northern front while we continued on our eastern front. What was the point I was making? Oh yeah, and then there's the one last group of dwarves, the ones that fucking suck. Their gimmick is ghosts. That's their only gimmick, and sucking. Like, he's a fucking shitty lord, and they debuff the ghosts. Like, they used to have 75% armor, and they were pretty good, and you had 1 good armory, and now they have, 50%? Fuck that. We're gonna fight this. We're going pretty hard. against the Dark Elves and the Skaven to the east, just trying to set up something, how do I explain this? Like something reliable, something that's going to last. No, those aren't the words I'm looking for. We're trying to set up a strong front, so we're going really hard to the east because we want to secure that part of Lustria to then push north against the undead, while we continue our eastern front, because eventually the dirty beard cutters, the knife ears, they will be coming for us, and so we just have to make do with getting as much territory as possible before we, our lower class but really heavy infantry get outclassed. Like you see, we even have our lord in the front line here. He's being an absolute unit. That's what I love about these runes. You can kind of throw him in there and he will be an absolute disruptor and a beast. I mean, it wasn't forever. He got fucked up a bit in the end. They sent him, running, which did fuck with our leadership, but luckily we had a hero here. He had spells which could strong buff, and then we could go ahead and pop the rune spells. It didn't even matter. They could pop everything. We were going to get unit losses. Basically right now, miners are absolute beasts. They hold up to basic infantry, and then dwarf infantries are equivalent to like tier 2, tier 3 specialized infantry. I can't wait till the dwarves get reworked and give them more, but I like them where they are now just as much as I did years ago. Like, even having played every other faction now pretty extensively, I don't fucking know. Even having done that, I still hold the same, I want to say credence, but that's not right. Archie, are you about to make a scene? He is. He's gonna make a scene. Oh, come here, baby. Yeah? My bad, gamers. We've got a lot of peace treaties and the like going on with the reptiles. They don't want any issues with us. And we're going to end up having to go into another fight here. Our lord was just too weak, as was our, what is that? Whatever that thing is. I clicked on it, but I didn't select it. Oh, well. It doesn't matter, though. Our miners, what dwarf warriors we have, are going to go in there with our crossbowmen and our grudge thrower and just instantly fuck this shit up. I mean, our grudge thrower has an absolutely goated rune on it, which is like explosive, so essentially turns into a cannon. And then we got ambushed, or someone got, oh, it's the same guy up to the north. Never mind. Yeah, he's up there. He's having some trouble. These guys want peace in the valley. Of course, we're going to give it to them. Then we've got this up here. We went to go siege this place. It was perfectly worth doing this. Just so we could keep it up, and then we immediately the next turn rushed in there, took the location. Yeah, unfortunately we lost some good units, but that's fine. And then we got perfect auto resolve on Lord what is that? I thought his name's Lord Croak, but that doesn't seem to be it. It's like Shlork or something. I don't freaking know, to be frank. Well, I'm not Frank. Same thing, just over and over again up here. We keep winning these battles. We keep, reconstituting our army. It's just going to happen over and over again. We headed south, and then we headed south again to go ahead and fight this location. I realized I had to win this fight, because I had those, the plague kin, whatever the fuck, Skaven, pushing pretty hard, and we really just had to have a solid dwarven line and fight, to the bitter end here, just so we could get back to that proper front. I set up my artillery in here. Dwarven artillery doesn't fail like Empire artillery, so we're going to be fine. We aren't going to get shot in the back like we did last campaign, and then we are just going to keep going as fast as fucking possible. Quarrelers, what are we looking at? 4 quarrelers. We're going to do great. Excuse the clicking in my can. I can't really help that. We sent our lord out to fight their lord. They had bats coming in for some issues. They ended up fucking up their own units with a spell. which was probably fair. It might have been a miscast due to us just stepping on their lord, to be frank. I mean, my, what's-his-face is up there fighting the absolute shit out of him. He has no physical upgrades, like physical perks, physical upgrades, but he is just going to be an absolute beast because of the runes we put on him. And we put the same runes on our hero, or similar. You can't actually duplicate master runes, but with the runes we have on our lord, it allows us to invest in the red and the blue tree pretty heartily, while the other lords, you know, the NPC lords, are going to be investing into their yellow tree and their blue tree, I think is what they usually do. And then they like hyper invest into the red tree without really actually benefiting their troops, which is okay. But point stands as is. We really did benefit from what we put in, and then the master runes make up for the fact that we aren't investing. The queen, whatever her face, went to war with us. She essentially came up one time and then begged for peace. Like, you know, it's just in my notes that within 2 turns she was asking for peace, which is nice because Teclis is over there and the beard cutters are going to go to war with us quite soon. Now, right now, they might, you know, be wishing for peace, but in fact, we have so many agreements with these other groups that it's going to cause us further issues. We've got this new lord up here. His slayers did work. They killed as many rats as they could, and then we just had to retreat them because Lord Schlock, I really don't know his name. It feels wrong, but because he was coming up, we had to retreat him until we could get our legendary lord back. We did. It's Slork. I don't fucking know, dude. I went back. I took back our settlement. We had to beat the absolute dickens out of these guys. There was some unique faction shit up here pretty soon as we kept heading north. But on the other point of that, we essentially are friends with every single lizardman that exists. Like, we have trade agreements or non-aggression pacts, which is lovely. We actually got Godric and Felix, and we sent them over east to assist our, you know, legendary lord in taking these lands and pushing further north along the continent. Oh my gosh. I thought I was ready to start talking. Like, you know, I started recording, and my throat fucking closed up. What the fuck was that? Gorok, all these lizardmen are having to share this pretty narrow continent, which sucks for them. But, you know, the enemies capture settlements, we get said settlements. It's kind of the way of the world. We're going to, you know, make allies, make friends with everyone, and then when they go to war with each other, or fighting ensues, we will do the best we can to just make the most of it and capture as much territory as possible. Teclis is being real friendly with us, which is really unfortunate for him. We're going to go ahead and take this settlement. We're losing miners, which doesn't matter at all. You can see we have like 7, 8 runes. It's absolutely beastly how many runes we got. I fucking love the absolute shit out of it. This is how I kind of play dwarves. Like, your forward operating faction does not need any, you know, oh, let's reduce upkeep, let's boost local control or anything. You don't need that. Yeah, again, sorry about the crackling of the can. I know it's real crisp in the audio, and rewatching this episode, I'm gonna hate it, but there's not much I can do about it. I need to wet my throat or I start to sound like an alien talking, like I have a beak. But either way, we're moving forward. We're actually going against, what are they now? Clan Skyer. I don't like that they're over on Lustria. It doesn't make sense. You're just supposed to have the plague guy over at Lustria. That's kind of his thing, is he's over here in the lore spreading the plague. But, you know, Clan, what's his face, is meant to be over at Skavenblight. Like, you know, it's just kind of where he is. And I think it's where he is in Immortal Empires, but he's just not, it's not there for not Immortal Empires, which sucks, to be frank. And we just have so many of these Schlock. No, they aren't Schlock. Lord Skulk. They aren't any of him. They are these factionless General Skaven who just keep pouring out of this kind of settlement. I considered retreating there. Felix isn't dead. He's just wounded. Godric saved him. They lost all their units, which kind of sucks. But we kept pushing our way through, and we're doing pretty good. We have some giant slayers, and we've lost a lot of our units. But outside of that, we're capturing as many settlements as we can, and we're pushing forward, and we're going to keep fighting the good fight. We're going to keep doing what we can do. It's not going to be enough because a ton of Skavens spawn in between these turns. I think it's about to appear, not right now, here in a second. 1 second. See, this is what happens when I don't wet my throat. There's these guys, there's just so many of them. We had to lightning strike, we lost some units. And then in between turns, we just end up having to fight that good fight over here with whatever regiments of renown we could get. We're recruiting. We're constantly on that recruiting grind. They just kept pushing forward. We summoned more giant slayers, and they gave up their lives doing the best they could to fight against the Skaven threat. I think I'm going to have to end this take because for some reason my mouth is entirely numb. I think I'm slurring my speech, and you guys can hear it, and this isn't like hyperbole. My mouth is numb. Like, I cannot feel anything in my mouth. This is really weird. I might be having a stroke. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god. Teclis went to war with us between turns. We're gonna attack him. This was a 5-minute take. We had to retreat. We pushed too far. Had to retreat. I will be right back. My script is way too fucking fast-paced for what I've written, for the couple rambles I've written. There ain't no fucking way. Teclis took our northern compound. We're going to be a little bit pissed off. We're going to sweep back with our full might. A dwarven military might. We have a lot of factions. Just anyone who's anyone declaring war on us because our favorability dropped. It's going to go back up like pretty damn quickly. We have a lot of alliances we're upholding. And time erases all wounds, but it doesn't mean we won't hold a grudge against everyone who turned against us, because, like, what the fuck? You declared war on them, and I backed you up, and now you hate me? Like, okay, get the fuck out of here. We're gonna keep moving, though. They're trying their best to make moves, do shit on me. Archie's between my feet, so he might get a meow, or I might meow at him. If I meow at him, it's because I'm what? Who's that guy? Mozart? I'm about as kooky as him. About as crazy. We're pushing pretty hard. We've got ogres to back us up. Heavy infantry. Heavy hitters. Hammer and anvil is what I have to imagine is what they were doing. Teclis came for one of my settlements again. Or no, we were sieging one of his settlements. We occupy it. We're going to have to get that army back up to snuff. Over here, we could have won this. Very hypothetically. Not hypothetically. Damn. We're throwing an army into the blender. The proverbial blender. We threw a couple units into them. That was pretty damn crazy, but then we still had 2 units to go kick the asses of these lords. And no, they beat the absolute dickens out of us. They had fucking spells. Dwarves are supposed to be, like, immune to magic. Bastion. We were not immune. We got our fucking asses wiped, dude. What the fuck? But either way, we grabbed this final settlement, which secured this province, which was good. Then we pushed up north here. Same slayers. ogres, you know, just some charge cav for, you know, the especially when it comes to dwarves, that was charge cav. Our, if you can't tell, our garrisons are changing, or kind of changing. And our army comp on our main army is about to change. You see how we captured that settlement at a high level, and now we're building it up. We're doing exactly that for a good-ass reason. We're going to build that place up, we're going to use it, and it's going to be lovely. Another R resolve. This is about as easy as can be. Getting pretty close to that final thing. She wants another trade agreement with us, which is okay. They sweep through here. They didn't take the settlement, which was about as stupid as possible. As you see, we have that Thorek Ironbrow right there. I moved him all the way down. It's actually been 4 turns, even though it was 2 seconds for you. Get pranked. We're having to repair that settlement. Let's keep pushing. Go ahead, win that. We're not to our final army yet. I actually came over here to give some of these units away to get to our final army. Because, you know, we need some old grumblers and the like. Some stuff will buff. Always loot and occupy. It's better. It's for the grudge. We destroy some of their phony architecture, and then we can build it back up. We're going to go raiding upon the sea for a little while, just to level up our units. I think this might be our final army. I think we're going to get rid of the giant slayers, I believe, but we are giving them away to someone, and then we're recruiting a regiment of renown. We may have already done that. Looks like we did. I guess I edited out. Yeah, we have a lot of regiments of renown. We have a pretty solid front line. We have a pretty solid... we have hammers. We have old grumblers. We have iron strikers, iron breakers, who I actually got read about in the books, and they're fucking awesome. It was the Forgotten Ones, Godric and Felix Orc Slayer, the Orc Slayer book. I don't know. I fucking I love that faction. I want that faction to be a playable faction. That'd be so fucking cool. Like I would be giddy about that. We're wrapping up our final couple settlements to take down. Just getting our final couple ounces of XP. You see a lot of our units are getting a little bit XP'd up, which is pretty good. Then we're going to go ahead and take that final settlement. We have secured this entire place, so now we're going to go for the Lost Vault. Go ahead and teleport in. This is going to be the fight of our lives. When I originally did this fight, my first playthrough, I was left with Thorek Ironbrow, 2 heroes, and a regiment of renown, and a catapult by the end. So let's hope I do significantly better this time. Let's finish this shit up. We've got a good couple battles to do here. I think it's like a... there's an initial army, and then there's 2 or 3 reinforcing armies. It's a really fun battle. I think all these battles are really damn fun. I honestly love that about, what's it called? The Changeling. Just the fact that it could be just this deep shit, you know, against all odds style of battle. But the maps, you know, the maps are laid out so perfectly, and your reinforcements feel so perfectly timed, or whatever gimmick it's given feels so perfect. Like, I just love that about all these battles. I don't really know what else to say about it. Well, I'll just tell you my strategy. I'm just, you know, I'm forming a little military here, a little front lines back here. Just something basic, not overly complex. I was almost certain they would never even get to me, which was the case. We just, we broke their lines under volley fire very, very quickly. You know, We had a bunch of grudge throwers. We basically expended all of their ammo before they even got up to us. But the ammo got refilled during this cutscene because it's like technically a new battle, I think. And we got the new master rune. It lets us just strike down. But we set up our lines using this ridge line as a really beautiful, I want to say wedge. It was this really beautiful wedge. We were able to set up this really great battle with like our quarrelers just absolutely shooting the shit out of this stuff. We have this T-Rex here who's just being an absolute beast, and our lords buffing both of these really solid front lines, and it was just about as lovely of a battle as I could imagine. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. I fucking love the absolute shit out of this battle. It really was one of the greatest ones I've had. Our Carnosaur, you know, it's a beast of a tier 3, tier 4 lizardman unit, and you know, he fought very valiantly and fought as hard as he could, and I am not disappointed in what he did. He did get his ass kicked out there, but he took oh so many rats with him, like nearly 3-4 whole regiments. Our Ironbreakers just absolutely beefed the shit out of these guys. I love their explosions. They're really OP. But it's from that one specific Ironbreaker group. And then, you know, our lords, our rune buffs, and everything was pretty fucking great. We didn't lose anything. Our front line didn't break once. And that is the end. Next time you guys see me, it will be highly modded. Highly fun. And we'll be starting off with the knife cutters, the beard cutters themselves, the knife ears. Got my slurs mixed up. My bad, gamers. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or whenever you're watching this. Hope you guys come back for more. If not, I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope to see you guys again next time. If not, that's all right. Positive affirmations. Thank you guys for enjoying my Warhammer 3 right now. In the future, hopefully you're enjoying this. Thank you guys for enjoying basically everything I put out there. Your view, your like, your follow. Everything means the fucking world to me. And I will never express it enough, nor will I ever be able to properly express it. Thank you guys. As always, thank you guys so much.